And Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky are likely to meet this September on the sidelines of the UNGA. However, top Indian government sources have claimed that PM Modi's attendance is yet to be confirmed. The two leaders were previously expected to meet on the sidelines of the G7 summit in Canada. However, the meeting could not materialize then. Now, on Monday, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi held a phone call with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky days after he spoke with Putin. Both the leaders reviewed their ties while advocating for a peaceful settlement of the conflict. During their telephonic conversation, Zelensky said that both leaders planned a personal meeting in September during the UN General Assembly and would work on an exchange of visits. Now, these developments come ahead of the high-stakes meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Russian President Vladimir Putin, as well as U.S. sanctions on India's Russian oil imports. There were multiple reports earlier which claimed PM Narendra Modi would meet U.S. President Donald Trump on the sidelines of the 80th UNGA in U.S. Incidentally, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's name figures in the provisional list of speakers at the 80th UNGA session. Now, he last attended the UN General Assembly debates in 2021 at the 76th session and made a token appearance at the Summit of the Future last year. Now, from 2022 till 2024, he was represented by External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar at the UNGA debates. However, according to top government sources, the Indian Prime Minister is yet to confirm his attendance. In case he does not go, Minister of External Affairs S. Jaishankar is likely to be attending the UNGA. And to give us more details on the story, our Assistant Editor of Foreign Affairs, Siddhant Sibal, has sent us this report. Listen in.
Top sources have told WION that there is no call yet taken on the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visit to the United Nations General Assembly next month. The meeting takes place every year in September in New York. And we know that there have been reports that Prime Minister could meet the US President Donald Trump on the sidelines. In fact, President Zelensky, in his post after conversation with PM Modi, said that he plans to meet PM Modi on the sidelines of the UNGA. Of course, no confirmation so far, but it is clear that the geopolitical dynamics have been evolving very fast. The PM of India had spoken to the Russian president and the Ukrainian president and emphasized on India's stance that dialogue and diplomacy is the only way forward. And we know that when it comes to relationship with Washington, they have been going downhill primarily because of Donald Trump's tariffs on India, but also because of Washington's increased engagement with Pakistan. The Pakistani Field Marshal Mr. Munir was in US, and that was his second visit just recently. So there are changes which are happening geopolitically, and if Prime Minister goes, there will be ample of opportunities for engagement. But if the Prime Minister is not traveling, it is usually the Indian External Affairs Minister that goes and engages with the world leaders and several of his counterparts. Siddhant Sibal for WION in New Delhi.